One of my favorite guests is the lady a leader. Lady de Rothschild was a Hillary Clinton supporter, big Democratic fundraiser, some of the type of person you sort of kowtow to in the Democratic Party. That was until Barack Obama won the nomination. And that is when the lady jumped ship, supported the McCain-Palin ticket. And nothing she has seen out of the guy who beat him has remotely brought her back. Actually, she's all but leading another palace revolt. Lady Lynn de Rothschild joins me right now. I love that name. It's no Italian, I guess.
So long.
Like a Salavio or anything. So, you know, nothing's warmed up here, huh?
Well, no, nothing's warmed up. What I had hoped at a minimum was that we would have more bipartisanship. That Barack Obama, even though I didn't agree with his ideas, I thought he would reach across the aisle. The fact that he is creating such divisiveness, the fact that he makes fun and is so critical of people who disagree with him on a very personal level, it's made the whole atmosphere horrendous.
Well, he says he has reached out and it's been slapped down.
He doesn't reach out when he says Republicans don't have any ideas and they sit at their doorstep, at his doorstep with ideas. He doesn't reach out. He reaches out to people who agree with him. And if you don't agree with him, you're either stupid or racist or sort of not qualified to be in the debate.
So you're a big Democrat.
Right.
It's in your DNA. You really want a Hillary Clinton. There was talk, is talk, about him making Hillary Clinton his vice president. How would that make you feel?
Well, I don't like to speculate. I don't know how that would make me feel.
I built a career on it. Try it.
I know.
You wouldn't?
No, I don't. That's a hypothetical, and I can't deal in hypotheticals. But I'm not
I would imagine you would think more favorably of him if your gal were on the ticket.
I think, well, I sort of think we're past that. I think that we don't really have to think of ourselves as Republicans or Democrats, that we are really a nation in the middle, and that's where we want to be. We're center-right or we're center-left. The Reagan Democrats
But is Hillary Clinton really in the center? I mean, by comparison, she looks in the center next to him. She's left, and he's just extreme left, right?
Well, she's not president. She certainly didn't run from the left. He ran from the left. And if you look at President Clinton, it was President Clinton in 1997 who said the era of big government is over.
And he was kind of forced on him, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't forced on him. He started in 1993, the Deficit Reduction Act, before
we can go back and forth in history, lady. But what I want to ask you here
is... He was a true moderate.
Okay.
And that's where I think about
Let's say Larry Sabato was here earlier, and he was saying that Republicans are going to romp in the midterms. Let's say that happens. Hard to say. A lot of time can pass. Would this president moderate, as many argue Bill Clinton did back then? Well,
Bill Clinton and Barack Obama start from two very different places. Bill Clinton was a moderate his entire life. He ran as a moderate, he governed as a moderate. So Barack Obama would have much further to go. I think it would be an improvement if he did not have Nancy Pelosi pushing everything to the left. I think that there'd be a greater possibility for more moderate legislation.
But you don't see it being in his DNA to change?
No, I don't.
I think you're right about that. I think that Bill Clinton was much more pragmatic in that regard. I don't know if this guy is. So assuming that he is not, and this is what happens in the midterms, then what are the next 2 years of his presidency like?
Well, I think that he is a person who is committed to transforming the nation. That's what he said when he ran for president. I think that's what he's going to continue to do. I think the people who want to restore America have to stand up in both parties. We have to find people who are comfortable in the center. And the problem is that both parties hurt the people who reach across the aisle. Look at what happened to Lindsey Graham. When he reached out to work on immigration reform, he ended up in a primary in his home state from the right. And
so Republicans have run further to the right, Democrats further left,
and then
chasm.
There's a huge chasm, and most of us want to be in the middle, and we don't care if we go with a Republican or we go as a Democrat. Remember, Daniel Patrick Moynihan working with Robert Dole, Scoop Jackson working with John Hines. Those were the beautiful. Those are the
You're not in the
correct
Reagan
days.
motif. You want to see.
I want to see the center.
Okay.
And I'm a conservative on economic matters, and I'm a liberal on social matters. So in
And
a
you're
way,
a lady. You're a lady. So cool. Very cool. Thank you
cool.
very
You're
much.
cool.
Always good seeing you.